pick up the location that's doing us a favor today. Arakawa. Forget how I butchered this name in the first episode.
Anakawa.
Did I call it Anakawa?
Yeah.
Anakin Skywalker's a bastard child, yeah?
Anakin.
These people, huh? Yeah, even on a day like this. Let's get a zoom in on him. Respect.
Like the YouTube video where I'm freestyling there.
Yeah.
That was on a rainy day and there was no one.
He wasn't there, yeah?
And that's why I was comfortable to do it, because no one was watching me.
I see.
Yeah, normally I would feel very self-conscious. But
Is that the one where you actually like freestyle, yeah?
yeah, with my sandals.
Okay, yeah, I think I have seen that one, yeah.
That's one of those. It was crappy, but I just posted it anyway.
Well done. Well done.
It doesn't always have to be perfect.
No, it really doesn't.
So that's one of my mottos of my life.
Well, that's probably the title of this episode then, isn't it? Doesn't always have to be perfect.
Yeah. Like today.
I think we have it right there.
Yeah.
Not perfect weather, not perfectly done up, not the perfect conditions. But hey, we move on.
Okay, let's see. Dosho. I need to find more wall, because that is a very small wall, and because it's actually next to a tennis court,
right?
I sometimes feel like an intruder as a football player.
Oh, come on. That's way too That's way too Japanese. That's a stretch, Karin. Karin, I've been agreeing with almost everything up until now. I'm gonna have to strongly disagree with that one.
I'm an intruder because I'm a football player.
You're stretching. You may as well say you're an intruder because you're wearing blue. Like, I haven't seen anyone wear blue so far this morning. Seriously, that's a rough equivalent of what you just said earlier, Karin. Dear Lord. All right, we carry on walking.
Can we cut that one out?
No chance. That's making it in for sure.
Damn it.
Yeah. Just on the edge of that. What do you think? Bimyo?
Let's do it.
Can I stick this umbrella in your bag? Is that all right? Yeah. So it's a bit easier for me to hold this camera. There's something I like about this misty, rainy morning, though. Playing baseball there.
So cool.
Do you think there's any kids there right now thinking, oh God, I wish we would have done this on a sunny day? Maybe a few, right? But probably most of them are just happy to be playing, aren't they?
So, yeah. Normally I just practice near my house, 5 minutes walk or something.
Okay.
But if I want to do wall practice, I come here.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Look at the birds. Cute. Why was it kick-ups in particular that you felt such a strong desire to get really good at? Like, was there something in your childhood, or was it something about kick-ups that you thought was particularly attractive or cool in your teenage years?
Yes, definitely.
Shed some light on that.
Okay, so I played football in high school, but I was never in a team or anything.
Yeah.
So I would just play with my friends, mainly on the street. Believe it or not. And honestly speaking, it was just because every time when they would do kickoffs, I just would freak out, and then I would just quit and be like, I'm bad at this, and I would sit out every single time. Maybe twice I gave it a shot, but then every time they were like, oh, let's do kickoffs, I would just sit down and do nothing and just watch them. And it was always something that would bug me, and every time they would be doing it, I would feel pain that I couldn't do it.
You couldn't join in, yeah?
I couldn't join in because it looked really cool, but I basically was just, I mean, now looking back at it, I understand now that I was just depriving myself of just like learning and growing, and you know, that it's okay to make mistakes and stuff. So maybe a few times in my life the thought came back.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I wish I could do kick-ups.
Mm.
But for some reason recently I just got the thought again, a bit randomly.
Yep.
And then I was done. I was done with it. I was
You were
like,
done making excuses, yeah?
yeah, for some reason I was like, again this thought? Oh my god. 解決しよう.
Yeah.
And then I actually, like, as if it's a person, right? I sat down with it and I was like, okay, either you give up and just take responsibility, but do not complain about it anymore. That was the first decision.
Yeah.
Decision number 1.
Yeah.
And the decision number 2 was like, or maybe you can actually do it.
Right.
And then I was just like, I'm gonna do it.
Right.
And literally the next day I went to Don Quixote as well, right? Because I didn't know Camo existed and stuff. And I got myself a football.
Brilliant.
That's the story.
It's the first and most important step though, isn't it?
Yeah. There's a Japanese saying, 一歩踏み出せば世界が変わる.
Yes. Of course, the kick-ups thing is something you wanted to be really good at. Yes, that's true, but
Yes.
the message I'm getting is that it reflects sort of like a deeper sense of shame in the fact that you couldn't, at that time at least, just look at what you weren't good at and see the situation as opportunity.
Exactly.
But rather just something to be ashamed of, which is perfectly normal at a young age. I'm pretty sure that's how 99.9% of teenagers think, right? And as the saying goes, better late than never, right? You know, so
Oh my god. Yes.
yeah, you can't cry too much over lost time. You know,
Yeah.
you just have to get on with it, don't you? Because if you're crying, that's the thing about crying over lost time. If you cry over lost time, you're losing even more time, aren't you?
Yeah.
So
Definitely. Yes. For some reason, I was a girl that
right,
had a lot of anxiety and I couldn't, how do you say, I couldn't bear making mistakes
right.
and look like an idiot basically. Whilst now I'm like, if you want to get good at something, it's only natural to be an idiot at first. Or like not know what you're doing. It's all so natural.
Yeah.
And to many, this might be such a thing that you already learn from a young age, but to me, it came on a later age.
I just think the same rule applies to anything. Like, you know, you and me were talking about this before the cameras were rolling, right? If you see a movie, if you take Lord of the Rings, for example, and Frodo just flies on the eagle's back all the way to the end, it's not a movie anymore, is it? You don't care about him. You don't care about his friends. So it's the struggle. It's the struggle that makes the story satisfying, right?
Yeah.
And like, would you want to get good at something overnight? I think that's a pretty damn depressing life, isn't it? The amount of people that say, I would love to just be able to click my fingers and learn a skill, right? But the truth is, no you don't. No one wants that.
And also
No
it
one wants
loses its
that.
value as well.
It,
if you really think
it
about
loses
it.
its value.
Yeah.
Of course it does. It loses its value because
You didn't do anything for
yeah,
it.
value's predicated on rarity, right? So
Exactly.
so like
exactly.
yeah. We may not be able to film a kick-ups video today, but we got something out of it. It's not a complete loss, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We can check the weather forecast. Or, let's see.
Well, the wall is empty now. There he goes.
Usually I just do like this stuff.
Okay, yeah, that's really important. So you've obviously reached a certain level of competence with your kick-ups now. Like, where'd you get like your satisfaction? In the beginning, it's a lot harder, right? But
Yeah.
at the same time, by that same token, when you do nail something, or when you reach a new milestone, 30 kick-ups, 50 kick-ups,
It's the best feeling.
Where'd you get your pleasures from now that you've reached a certain level?
Well, obviously, when I do succeed, it feels really good.
Yeah.
But I have to be honest, there's a long period of not feeling good though.
Okay.
So I anticipate that it's going to come.
Yeah.
So it's more I get pleasure in the
Yeah.
in the vision.
Gotcha.
That's really it. Because
You imagine yourself as like this flawless freestyler that's doing all these tricks and you're not dropping. You just imagine how it's gonna be when you get there. Yeah.
exactly, yeah.
That's a great answer. That's true. Yeah.
Because honestly speaking, recently I had a little bit of a breakthrough moment where I felt certain skills were going much better.
Right.
But now I'm feeling again I'm plateauing a little bit. So it's
I guess the struggle never stops, does it?
never.
Yeah.
This is something I recently learned.
That's pretty cool. Boom, boom. Control that. Yes.
追い風叫ぶ静寂を壊すの何もそれ進むの黄金の花が運ぶの優しさにあなたに再び会いに今静寂を壊すの何もそれ進むの黄金の花が運ぶの優しさにあなたに再び会いに春を告げ踊り出サンシャイン夏を目打ち腹から草が湧く秋の月のぼったままるさを祝い冬を過ぎまた月に数え春を告げ踊ってサンバ夏を目打ち腹から草が湧く秋の月のぼったままるさを祝い冬を過ぎまた月に数え
Oh, here!
Good. Karin, how'd you feel about that session?
It's fun.
It was fun, yeah?
Fun. Bit frustrating because I try to get that move down.
Yeah,
But it's realistic.
yeah. We'll be honest, none of us got any of these things on the first try, did we? Nice. So you put a lot of this stuff on your social media, like the whole training process right from the beginning when you couldn't even do 2 or 3. I know that was quite difficult for you in the beginning because you were worried what people might think, are you showing off or this and that, and I think a lot of people can relate to the whole social media anxiety thing. What would you say would be the benefits of like putting it out there for your friends to see? Like what kind of good has come from doing that?
Well, that's such a good question because actually when I post my pickups progress,
Right.
sometimes people actually give me feedback.
And you find that really useful, yeah?
Very useful. I get stuck on a trick or something, and then people give me feedback, and then I realize, oh my god, I can actually even ask for help
Yeah.
online.
Yeah.
Which is crazy because I'm doing this by myself without a coach. So in a way, I am speeding up my process by posting online, which is something I never really thought that it could be beneficial for me as well. And on top of that, I use it as an accountability as well. Like, sometimes I'm also worried, like when I post every day, people have high expectations of me that I have to be this pro, right? Which I'm not.
But that's a healthy amount of pressure to put on yourself, right?
Yeah, that's why I also feel like, well, okay, expect of me, because I want to show you that I can.
Sure,
make it at
sure,
some
sure.
point.
Do you look back on your visual diary, shall we say, your SNS diary from day one? You look at the progress from the very beginning to the level you've reached now, and does it make you feel glad that you did record all of that?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just not the same in your memory, is it? It's
Yeah.
different when you see it on a video, right?
Yeah, sometimes, but the funny thing is, at the beginning you don't believe you can do it, you get better,
Yeah.
and it's really good to also remember where you came from.
Right. Right.
Because, like I said in the previous video, you know, when one mountain is climbed, there's already the next mountain to climb.
Right. You're never satisfied, right?
You're never satisfied.
And that's a good thing, isn't it?
It's a good thing, definitely. But I think it's also good to honor where you came from.
Yep.
And
Yep.
therefore, the video evidence is very valuable for me.
Right.
Because I never thought I could do it, you know.
You kind of started this whole journey with very minimal expectations, didn't you?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I know I still have a long way to go, and sometimes I'm like, gulp. But yeah, I know this is something I want.
But this one journey has already taught you so much about what you can achieve in life with just a clear goal and consistent dedication to it, right? You know?
Yes.
So like just this one journey has already told you that it's basically possible with anything,
Yeah.
right?
Exactly, and you know, I've also been thinking, call me crazy, but I've been thinking I'm gonna enjoy this skill when I'm 40, when I'm 50, when I'm 60,
Sure.
and therefore, I just that in itself, I feel it's worth it.
It's a worthy investment of your time and energy, for
Because I
sure.
will enjoy it, you know,
Yeah.
on the beach,
Yeah.
with my future kids,
Yep, exactly.
with my future husband.
Yep, 100%.
Why not, you know?
Bang, bang. Inspirational stuff right there. Damn.
Yeah.
Any closing remarks, Karin?
If there's something you want to do, just do it.
Yeah.
I think that's the main thing.
Trust the process, right?
Yeah, and it doesn't have to be perfect.
That's the main message. That is the main message, isn't it? Doesn't have to be perfect. Yeah.
Yeah, just start and see where it brings you.
Yeah, I wonder how old that quote is, practice makes perfect, right? Because it's actually not true. You'd never do reach perfection. But the point is, you dream of it, right?
Yeah,
And practice is what takes you closer to that dream, right? Even if you never get there.
yeah.
So
Yeah, there's no such thing.
there really isn't. There really isn't. This route gets less and less scenic as we go. So I think I'm going to call it a day there. Where did it fall? Did it fall off the table into the coffee?
No, on my leg.
So this is what you do after all of your Arakawa football sessions, yeah? You reward yourself. You do.
Treat yourself.
Well done. Now I'm on the fence. Should it be treat yourself or should it be doesn't have to be perfect? What do you think? You make the choice.
It doesn't have to be perfect.
Okay, yeah, I'm leaning towards that one too. Down.
Just
Half-eaten donut, John.